would like to go to this computer. Just to start doing individual workflows. So the first one is just doing a text sticker. So this is, I think this is the most simple way to do to start for the level workflow. So what I prepared as the first data is just the text box in Illustrator. So Illustrator, I just put the skip bin is for general wasting, blah, 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 those type of things, right? And then I'm gonna just create the sticker for this, just for white background. I always prefer not to convert the text to outline in any case when I work on print or print and cut from Illustrator for any text. So once I create the text, go to create outline. So basically, it converts to all the vector line from text. Right after that, I want to put the cut line around this text box to be a cutting path. So what I do is just select the object rectangle tool, and we just put a rectangle around it, right? And somehow this becomes a black box, which is fine. After that, the simple way we can do on the Mimaki RasterLink tool is there's a little button. Let me go back. I accidentally pushed. On the Mimaki RasterLink tool, you have the most left side and upper line. You have a little button showing some kind of pen type of icon. By clicking that, it just converts from a black box to object, the line. What it basically did is, this is a tool to convert the existing object into a cut path. So Mimaki RasterLink can recognize as a cut path. So what happened is, by checking it, and if you check the color of object, it says cut contour and green color. So it's not only converting the object to green color, but it just looks green color on the display, but it actually has the information of a color name as a cut contour. So this cut contour is what is required for Mimaki RasterLink to recognize this line or whatever the object as a cut data. So it doesn't matter what color it is, as long as it says cut contour and something or cut contour and nothing, the RasterLink recognizes this as a cutting path. So after that, you just transfer this to the RasterLink hot folder, and it recognizes as print and cut data. The second one, what I want to show is it's similar process, but just having this, the JPEG data, which I just downloaded from a website, just a JPEG low resolution. But in case someone wants to just put a warning sticker to put onto, up on the heavy stuff or top of, like a fire hose wheel or whatever for the warning sign. Well, if I know that how you draw a triangle in the Illustrator, which is good, I can do a triangle sticker. But in this case, let me do rounded rectangle tool. So you just have a rounded rectangle drawn like that. Well, this time it came up to white, or white color, which is fine. Again, in the Mimaki rastering tool, on the left side button for conversion of a cut line, so it immediately converts the line to a spot color named cut contour. Again, it's a green color, but still, this is a way that the rastering recognizes this as a cut as a cut path. So after that, you export the file to rastering 6+, and it recognizes as a print and cut file, and you can just send as a print and cut. So you can do a little sticker job with it. All right, the third step is having a little vector job. So this is not a JPEG anymore. This is a vector, which is an object file. So I'm going to show this time not doing a rectangle sticker, but just doing a sticker which is just the outside bleeding from this object. So this time you can select the most outside layer, or if there is any mask, which is like an overlapping of all the object in data, what you can do is select everything like that. Right click and select group. So that way, this job becomes just one group. So if there is any masking or overlaps of individual object layer, you can all ignore that. And once you make that, this time, I'm going to use the second button from the left, which is cut path extractions. So this is one popular way to make a sticker line on the rastering tool for print and cut. So you've got select of offset. So how much of a white bleeding you want on the sticker line. Let me put just a couple of millimeters here. And if you say OK, then it makes the just automatic layer, again, which has a cut contour line with a spot color. And then same thing as step 1, step 2, just transfer the file to a rastering 6+, and it recognizes as a print and cut file. Fourth example. This little print sample for cut data extractions. So I'm not trying to do a sticker for everything, but I would like to extract sticker, just pull the sticker for this basketball, right? So in that case, it's just hard to optimize where to cut because it's just all kinds of data, vector data inside. In that case, what you can do is just following to the same method as the third step, which is just to click outside of a basketball. And then the same button as the last step, which is a cut path extractions. And you press OK. So it again makes the cut contour for only selected object you want to make as a sticker, right? All right, the last step I want to quickly show is doing sticker seed. So this is another example of the sample work from UCJV series. So what it does is when I created a sample work, I print the numerous copy of this seed and let a either cutting plotter or CJV or UCJV300 to cut the sticker around the sticker. as well as doing half cut around. So that way, without doing a kiss cut in CJV or UCJV and doing a half cut or die cut in CF22, you can do kiss cut and die cut at the same job, just as a single job. So I'm going to show you what to do. These are the same steps, making a cut layer, making a cut path. So just select the object and using second button of raster link in order to make the cut controller line. What's important is here, right? So just the outside. What it is it's a red line, but it has a spot color name, which called cut controller 1. So you know what's the difference between cut controller and cut controller 1? Doesn't matter what color it is, but it has a different name after cut controller. So having two different name of a spot color in the same job. Let me just show you how you create it. It's just very simple. What you do is using just a rectangle tool and just write down just draw a rectangle wherever you want to do a half cut, either around or just a little bit bleeding inside of the object, which is fine. Well, it automatically shows cut controller 1, but if this is your first time, doing more than 2 layers, it will not show this. In that case, what you can do is here on the color tool, color window in the in Illustrator, you have a choice of create a new swatch. So click that. And it shows the small display to create a new swatch. So what you can do is this time, let's say just to be easier to understand. Cut controller, just a space and half. And let's put the color as blue instead of red, right? Make sure when you do this, the color type is selecting spot color, not the process color. If you do process color, it just shows the cyan 100%, magenta 100%, just the blue line. There, it won't do anything for print and cut process. Make sure you select the spot color on it. And click OK. So that way, this line was converted to cut controller and half. So just please remember that when you do a kiss cut and half cut in same data, you just need to create two different cut controller name on the cut line. So that way, RasterLink 6 will recognize this as a two different layer of a cutting path, and you can set the cutting condition later on. Let me show you how you operate this in the RasterLink. So this is RasterLink window, and I just imported that job, which created with 2 layers of a cutting job. Go to our job editor. In job editor, you click on cut edit. So in the cut edit, you can see like 2 in the list. It's normally 1 because you only put cut controller 1 layer into the job. But if you put cut controller and another cut controller with a different name, the RasterLink recognizes this as a two different layer for the cut. So that way you have a choice to put different cutting setup. So make sure you know how you want to cut. So the cut controller is what you want for the kiss cut. But there is no way to select kiss cut or half cut from RasterLink. What you can only do is you just select the user definition and select what cut mode you want to use from cut 1 through 10. So just set cut 1 at this moment for cut controller, and for don't forget to select apply. For cut controller 1, again, do user definition, and let's say cut 2, all right, and say apply. Make sure that both setting is saved, all right. So this is all setup you need to do on the RasterLink side. And let me show you a little video for how you set up on the machine side then. All right, I'm gonna just show you a little video in my display showing the control panel on UCJV300. So you just go to the menu from a display and see the first one, which is tool. It's currently showing cut 2. All right. So first, we need to set up a cut condition for cut 1, which we set a cut 1 as a kiss cut layer in the RasterLink 6 Plus. All right, for kiss cut, you just normally put, well, speed, well, you know, I just set a 20, but you can set 30 and probably up to 60 for UCJV300. Pressure for normal, the PVC sticker vinyl is a 60 grams should be enough. And make sure you set the off for half cut. So the cut 1 is only a kiss cut. Then go to a cut 2 menu. So the cut 2 on this machine is set as a speed 15 centimeters because it's a half cut. I just want to more precise for half cut. Also half cut is cutting through a bit of vinyl, the liner of a self-adhesive vinyl. So I just do not want to go so fast in order to prevent a jam on the during the cutting. So the last line of the menu is half cut. So make sure half cut is set on. And if you select enter on half cut on, it gives you another choice of half cut pressure and half cut length and C length, the half cut length, which is the remaining length during the half cut, and C length, which is a cut through length. So always I recommend C length, where H length will be less than 10% of C length. So then again, make sure cut 1 and cut 2 is set as what you want from the job to run. So that's last 20 minutes was basically for print and cut the workflow. I just went flight, but if you have any question, you can ask now, or you can wait for another 30 minutes. All right, thanks for your patience for just a basic, cutting workflow video. And now I just wanna move to the more complicated the part of our software. So let me just change monitor now. All right, hopefully you can see it now. All right, so what it is this is what I've got as just a test data. The test data of a 5-layer printing. So what it's supposed to be is, one moment, let me just show you the bigger data here. So it's supposed to be, just a window film for the fruits or juice shop. The front side, it's showing the orange with skin before peeling out. And the back side, we've got the orange just cut on the center, and just showing like other side with a different image. And this is how the after one file, first file is opened. So you've got 5 layers of design here. So first layer is with a color layer with a orange, the before skin peeled off. And the last layer is what we have, the orange after cut on the center. So we want to have the 5-layer printing based on those two graphic file. What it has done is this configuration of the data, it already has the middle layer already. So we've got the white layer as well and the black layer as well. Yeah, so even for a white layer, how we telling basically how the designer should tell the RasterLink BIP software for how you print white ink is you need to tell us the black color or any kind of monocolor, or it can be a data as long as it's capable to convert in RasterLink. But do not make as a white data or without color, because you need to put some kind of color in order to tell the RasterLink software to convert to printing white. So you need to have some kind of object to print white. So you've got the color, white, black, and color layer. So what we have now is in the Mimaki RasterLink tool plug-in in the Illustrator. Oh, this is the Adobe Illustrator, by the way. So this is not the Mimaki software, but this is made by Adobe. This is the one of the most popular graphic design software in the market from the manufacturer in North America. So you have in the Mimaki RasterLink plugin. So this is our part. This is Mimaki, made as a plugin software to Adobe Illustrator. So we've got some button here. So within this buttons, so we have the button to composite layer, right? So this button is how it's generates the job from what you have in Adobe Illustrator and transfer to the Adobe Illustrator. Do I need to have probably 5 layers here? So normally, if your computer is fast enough, you should be able to see the preview, like how it's being shown with a light on and light off, in case of a 4 layers configuration. Not sure how it's not, showing in here, but anyway, I'm gonna just press output. So it shows the hot folder, where hot folder means that's the the specific folder that the job transfers by the job file is transferred through. So the hot folder locates inside of a C drive. So I'm gonna just drop the file on here and show you what's gonna happen. So it's just doing whole process of all 5 layers at this moment. And in RasterLink, this is a window of RasterLink. So I'm gonna just wait until this, the artwork is sending through the hot folder. So just bear with me. So it starts reading individual layer, as it shows in the log window, the event log window. So just wait for a moment. It still takes time for converting the data. So it started reading here, so each layers. In somehow, I've tried this before, but in somehow, I think how the job is configured in the Illustrator and sent through by this rastering tool is wrong. So it's just not recognizing the job as it's the order. But what I want to show is, this is just how, how we use the rastering tool to transfer the 5 layers job, the 5 layers job from Illustrator to RasterLink 6. I have to do my self-refresh, in order to do properly. But anyway, and what I want to show you now is, as Jerin-san, explained that if you've got cut data or cut layer in these 5 layers of, the five layers of the job data for 5 layers, it's not transferring properly. The cut data. So I'm gonna just show you if it works or how it works. All right, I've got this piece of orange. I'm gonna just put the cut layer on the first layer, the cut path on the first layer. Okay. So while selecting this outer frame, you just make the extract frame to inside 2 millimeters. So this is how it's made the cut contour line within the graphic. And this cut contour line exists on the here inside of first layer, so which looks fine. Let me just press the button again in order to transfer this 5 layers cut data, 5 layers print and cut data to a hot folder. I'm going to just delete this. So it's thinking. Should be coming soon. Right, started reading it. So the first layer starts showing the cut. So at least it's recognizing the cut path on the first layer. But then somehow there's no graphic path or graphic path came in. But after that, sorry, I just keep having this the error that the it's just showing, but just showing the job is set print down do not print layer do not support, which is color clear. So not sure, I think the this original data needs to be made in somehow, but at least it's showing the cut layer is also transferred by a 5 layers printing. But at this moment, I can't prove that if a cut layer properly transferred with a 5 layers, I've never been questioned like this. But I'm going to show you, how, because if customer already know how you design the window graphics thing, there's almost no one is utilizing this, the RasterLink tool to, transfer the data. But just as an example, this is how the people normally does without utilizing this tool from RasterLink, right? This is just a list of data, involved in a 5 layers printing, which I showed you in this morning video session. This is just 5 different, layer job for this sample book, right? So first layer, we've got 5 ladies in the same graphic. And look at this, this little green line. This is, what's the cut contour line is showing. And these are light blue color is supposed to be replaced to a white ink at the RasterLink. The second file is printing white ink because it's not a 5 layer for everything, but it's got from one single layer to 5 layer. So we just need to create those files. This is a third layer. So for layer print thing, we just have like 30–40% black thing to the block out the other part. And this 5 layer path, we've got 100% black thing. This is another for the white layer on the behind the shading layer. And this is the last layer of it. So we only have the data. Sorry. This is correct one. So we've got another design on third layer, fourth layer, and fifth layer, right? So I'm going to show you, how we transfer this as an individual file instead of transferring 5 layers directly from I'm going to just put it in somewhere. Then we're gonna open. Sorry. Those five. So as long as you're reading this, individual layered file, you can just have those as each individual the layer without any composite combining the file inside into the raster link yet. And then since then, we're gonna work on how you want to print it. All right, second layer to be white. Okay, for this one, in order to convert this black color to the white is simply just select job the attribute to a monocolor. So it's gonna show how you convert it, black to white. Then you can do monocolor conversion from black to white or magenta to white as long as this input data is made by one single color from CMYK. But if this data is made by like a combination of CMYK or some if you want to extract from the graphic data directly, what you can do is you can go color replacement instead. Oh, sorry. Not a color replacement. You can go to the this special plate extraction. So what it does is based on this the black and white color, white data, you can have white extraction 100% 100% of white, and select a valid pixel where the color which is currently black is locating, and create. So that makes the same thing. So you can do, either way. Again, Mimaki always have more than two ways to do one thing. So, sorry to be so much confusion, but you can just stick with the way you want. So now it's converted to white. The third layer, we just want to, stick with a color, or you can just convert to shading plate. So shading plate is what's necessary to be named if you want to do 4 layers or 5 layers. Don't leave it as a color, but you need to convert to shading plate. The fourth layer, you will do the same monocolor conversion to white. Right, so you've got the color layer with color and cut, print and cut. And second layer white, third layer shading plate, fourth layer white, and fifth layer color. And then you go to the composite. So this is where you put job to be one job. So make sure from the bottom you print this layer, fifth layer, fourth layer, third, second, and color layer and cut. And you've got the all print job as one job, and the cut layer as a second layer, so which looks good, and select composite. Right, somehow it's got this job is set to print mode that the printer do not support. Maybe something wrong on the print mode. Oh, I don't think I have no profile for this. Is it possible? All right, probably this is the reason why I've got this. No profile. I'm not sure what happened with no profile, but anyway. So basically doing this, will probably, because customer can then, design whatever they want and how they want to extract the white and shading plate rather than doing everything automatic can be unexpected result. So, we recommend, or most of the customer who knows what they are doing in a window graphics already know that, these thing, or maybe as long as you know that how you work on Adobe Illustrator, then probably it's easier and simplifies the step, by making 5 different data in order to import to RasterLink. All right, 5 minutes.